Royal Mail is currently in the midst of the greatest period of change in its 370-year history. Over the course of the past 3 years, the company has made impressive gains in its service and financial performance, turning around from a business that was failing to one that is not only meeting its service obligations, but also generating sufficient profit to reinvest in its future. However, whilst the progress to date has been good, the business still faces a massive task ahead of it as it starts to compete in the evolving deregulated postal market. Mail touches the lives of every single person in the country, which poses unique challenges to Royal Mail. The organisation has to convince companies it can provide them with the best in service. It also has to battle against public perceptions of a government-owned business, and in recent years, public opinion of Royal Mail was typically negative, often for a good reason.
I remember when I first joined the Royal Mail back in January 2003, the situation was a lot worse than perhaps I'd even realised. Operationally, it was losing £1 million a day. It had negative cash flow, so it was really fast on the way to going out of business. We had a completely demoralised workforce who were working 6 days a week, very poorly paid. They'd had a sort of metaphorical kicking for 3 or 4 years. The most important thing for us was to give people a very clear direction in terms of where we were trying to get to. And we tried to theme that very clearly around 3 areas. One is our people. Secondly is the performance, the efficiency of the company. And the third is the promise, if you like, in terms of what we will deliver for our customers. And it was very important that everyone in the organisation understood what they needed to do to make that plan happen.
Royal Mail is the iconic red letterboxes we see each day. It's also the postmen and women that walk along every street in the country. It's the post office branches in towns and villages across the UK, the largest retail network in Europe. And of course, it's the Royal Mail and Parcelforce vans that drive up and down our roads and motorways, the largest business fleet in Europe. With 193,000 employees, Royal Mail is the second largest employer in the country. Transforming the organisation began with improving the working environment, with initiatives such as leading the fight against bullying in the workplace by creating a bullying and harassment helpline. More importantly, the improvements to the business performance have meant that every employee has experienced the fruits of their hard work through the Share in Success programme.
We fundamentally changed virtually every single one of our people's jobs in the organisation, re-engineered the way we collect mail, the way we transport mail and the way we deliver mail. This resulted in around 40,000 job losses. It also resulted in us moving from having around 25,000 temporary people to less than 2,000. Our people today are around 25% better paid than they were 3 years ago, and they work 5 days a week, not 6 days a week. They had a fantastic share in our success. We had the biggest ever payout, I believe at the time, around £220 million went to all of our people to reward them for taking part in this journey and helping us achieve our objectives.
In 2002, Royal Mail was losing over £1 million per day. Now the business generates over £1 million each day.
What we're trying to do is reinvest in the business through technology and other areas to drive forward the performance that we can give our customers. No one could match the quality of service that we provide now. It really is the highest literally in the company's history. 99.92% of all mail gets delivered. That's an astonishing performance, particularly when you remember it's across 22 billion items.
Royal Mail has also looked at ways of improving the environment and communities in which it operates, developing a long-term, sustainable and award-winning corporate social responsibility programme.
Our people, our businesses and our communities are very important to us. So when we established a programme for corporate social responsibility, we established a programme governance committee. The purpose of this committee is really to help us work with our suppliers and work with our customers to make sure we minimise our impact on those communities where it's harmful and that we maximise the beneficial things that we do for those communities.
Royal Mail's corporate social responsibility policies are regularly commended by industry and peer awards. They've been awarded Best European Corporate Social Responsibility Programme in the European Risk Management Awards for the second time, and received an Opportunity Now Silver Benchmarking Award for Gender Equality and Diversity in the Workplace. and the Best Corporate Social Responsibility Programme by the World Mail Awards in 2006. The progress that Royal Mail has achieved over the last 4 years has been impressive, but what are the challenges going forwards?
On the customer side, we have seen a tremendous change in the kind of trade that we do, particularly growth areas like packets, where the move to people using the internet shopping, has meant the growth in packets and parcels has been incredible. We are obviously focusing very clearly on the UK market at the moment in terms of turning the company around. But we also have within the group a company called GLS, which is our European parcels business, which provides the best quality of service of any parcels deliverer anywhere in Europe, and really is a fantastic jewel in the group.
We are already the cheapest and the most efficient mail service in Europe, and when you compare us with any international benchmarks for both the prices that we charge and the speed and efficiency with which we handle the mail, the Royal Mail actually does incredibly well and wins on most of those kind of benchmarks.
We're the country's largest provider of foreign exchange, so over 30% market share now in the foreign exchange market is a very significant achievement. In all the offers that we're putting forward to the public, it's really clear that the thing that is valued the most is the brand of the Post Office and the trust that that engenders. So the big asset that this organisation has is the brand of the Post Office itself, our history, our legacy, and the embedded trust that customers have with us.
Royal Mail's aim is to be the best and most trusted delivery service in the world. Although the changes they have made and are still making are challenging, they're well on the way to delivering this vision.
We're improving, and we're improving fast. And the heart of everything we do going forward is going to be the customer. And it's very important for us to understand exactly what our customers need and want and how we can best provide that service. Thank you for continuing to work with us. Thank you for being patient through the difficult times of 3 or 4 years ago. And now that we've come out the other end of that, thank you for supporting us in the future. We will certainly do everything we can to ensure we don't let you down.